Guys, so today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial, and this is kind of my go-to look that I would wear on nights out and things like that. If I don't really have a look in mind, I will usually go for something like this because it's just old and reliable and it works for me. I pretty much use the same crease colors all the time, as in like kind of warm browns and then like chocolate brown and stuff, and then I will mix up the lid shade. So I could go for like a brass color, I could go for gold. I went for like a gold highlight shade today. Could be absolutely anything, and that is why this is kind of a go-to look, because I can completely change it up by just switching the lid color, which is always so handy. You don't have to use the exact shadows I used, but like warm browns and things like that, like I said, which are pretty easy to get your hands on. I'm pretty sure everyone has a few warm browns at home, and if not, you can use your bronzers like I did for some of these. So yeah, I just kind of paired it with a red lip because I kind of wear any colour out, mostly nude, but I just thought that a red lip went nicely with this look. This is also a very exciting video because it is a collaboration with the gorgeous Tanya-Rachel. She is one of my YouTube friends and I absolutely love her. She's just one of those genuinely nice people, and she is so talented. She has worked for Inglot and now she's gone freelance, and just trust me when I say that you will definitely like her channel because her makeup is just flawless. I love it, and I just highly recommend checking out her video. She also did her go-to look for a night out, so if you want to see her kind of look on it, then definitely head over. I will leave the link in the info bar as always. I'm going to list all the products down below as well, because I know sometimes these videos are a little bit fast and it's hard to get the names, so I will list them in the info bar as well. And as always, if you ever have any questions, then feel free to ask. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. So first I'm taking my Botanics Radiance Balm and I'm going to place that onto my face to act as a primer and give me a nice little glow. Then I'm going in with the NYX Colour Correcting Palette and I'm placing the pink shade underneath my eyes, and then I'm going in with the yellow shade and placing that on redness and also my blemishes, and this is just going to counteract that and make them easier to conceal. Then I'm going in with my foundation. The one I'm using is the L'Oreal True Match and it's in golden beige because I had tan on, and I'm just going to buff that in using a blank canvas brush. Then I'm priming my eyes using the Catrice primer, and this is an okay primer but I do prefer the Essence one. And then I just set it with a powder, any face powder, just to get rid of the tackiness. Now I'm going in with tape because I use tape 90% of the time when I go out. I just like the crisp line. I also use at least one if not three of these babies because I love them. I'm going in with creme brulee first from Makeup Geek, and I'm going to use a fluffy blending brush to messily just blend that into the crease. And you can do it quite quickly because the tape makes your job easy. Then I'm going in with this sculpting powder from Inglot in 506, and this is just a warm kind of bronzer, and I'm placing that into the crease again, building it on top. And I take either bronzer, just a darker shade of a bronzer that is still warm. You could use an eyeshadow that's a similar colour, but I just use a bronzer because I like kind of warm browns in the crease, and I am putting that into the crease, and I'm also placing it onto the outer V of my eye as well. So any bronzer is fine. Then I'm taking this eyeshadow from Fuschia called Lucy, which is just a chocolate brown, and I'm placing this onto the outer V with a kind of angled fluffy brush, and then I'm just feathering it in towards my eye area, and I'm also feathering it in towards the crease. I'm using a really light hand and I'm just going to slowly build up the colour so that it's not too harsh and it's nice and blended. Then I'm going in with a blending brush, obviously, to give it a nice blend. And then I go in with another blending brush and give it a blend because you cannot do too much blending. And then finally another clean brush and just blending out all the edges. Now I'm highlighting my brow bone with this Inglot shadow. I will leave the shade down below. Then I'm taking my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and this has just become a little bit of a routine for me. I always place this on the lid just to give the pigments and shadows something to stick to. I just like it. It just makes them more vibrant. The pigment I'm using today is from Fuschia and it's called Full Moon, and it's a gorgeous gold highlight shade, absolutely beautiful. I sometimes use this as my face highlight and it is amazing. I absolutely love it. So I'm placing that onto the lid area, the first 2/3 lid, and just kind of blending it towards that outer V. Then I'm taking chocolate brown from Fuschia and I'm placing this onto the outer V to darken it up. This is kind of like a deep kind of espresso brown colour. So I'm packing that on again, slowly building up the colour, and then I'm taking a blending brush and making sure that's nice and blended. Now for liner, I'm using my Essence Liquid Ink eyeliner, which is one of my favourites, and I am just doing your typical dramatic winged liner, and the tape just really takes the stress out of eyeliner when you're going out. I'm normally in a rush, I'm always late, I always get ready last minute, so I just love the tape. It gives you perfect liner. Then I went in with a black shadow from Fuschia just to darken up the outer V and crease area, just using a very light hand to just darken that up a small bit, and then obviously give it a quick blend to make sure it's nice and seamless. Then I'm taking the Catrice concealer palette, and I love this concealer palette, like I use it all the time. Taking the lightest shade and highlighting underneath my eyes and the center points of my face. This concealer is just so creamy and it gives me the nicest highlight, like I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to try the new contouring palette from Catrice because it looks amazing. Then I am using a Flawless tapered synthetic brush to just buff that into my face and make sure it's nice and blended with the rest of the foundation. These are super creamy concealers, so it makes it quite easy. Then I'm taking my Collection Sheer Loose powder in transparent, and I'm actually packing this on with a foundation brush, just something that I picked up. You could use a sponge or whatever you wanted. So I'm packing on quite a bit and baking the concealer, and this is going to brighten it up and make sure that it sets and stays all night. So then I'm dusting away the excess. I let it sit for about 5 minutes. I honestly don't have the patience for any longer. And then I'm taking my Vichy transparent dermablend powder and just dusting that around the rest of my face to set my foundation. Now for bronzer, I'm using the WetNWild Bikini Contest bronzer. It's quite pigmented, so be light-handed if you do plan on using this. And I'm just warming up the outer perimeters of my face, so my cheeks, jawline, temples and forehead, the usual, and I'm also dusting a little bit on the side of my nose to warm up my face. To contour, I'm taking the Anastasia powder in Fawn, and I'm just going to contour my cheekbones and my jawline and just place a little bit around my forehead again. And then I'm going in with the NYX blush in Taupe and chiseling out my cheekbone area. I'm also going to pop a little bit underneath my lip and down either side of my nose just to slim it a little bit. Then I went in with a tiny bit of my Collection powder and just dusted that underneath my contour to just sharpen it up a tiny bit. Now for blush, I'm using this one from Fuschia, which is just a matte kind of mauve toned blush, and I'm just going to pop that onto the apples of my cheeks and just blend it on top of my bronzer. Then for highlight, I'm using MAC's Oh Darling, and I'm obviously packing that onto my cheekbones because everyone loves a good highlight. I'm also going to pop this down the center of my nose and also dust a little bit onto the top of my lip to make it poutier. For lashes, I'm using the Penneys Sultry lashes, and I'm just popping those on using tweezers, and I use the duo adhesive. Then I am darkening up the crease area slightly with a little bit of that fuchsia chocolate brown shade, and then I am going onto the lower lash line and I am literally mirroring what happened in the crease on the top of my eye. So I go in with creme brulee, then I go in with the Inglot sculpting powder and just blend them onto my lower lash line. Then I go in with the fuchsia bronzer, then I go in with Lucy, and then I go in with chocolate brown, and I just layer them, and you can see what I'm doing shade by shade. And I really love a smoky blown out lower lash line. It's like my new favorite thing ever. I think it makes a huge difference. Then I just make sure that's nice and blended and smoky, as I said. And now I'm going in with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk on the inner corner, and then I'm going in with this white shimmery shadow from Inglot and setting it with that, and that gives a nice inner corner highlight. I love an inner corner highlight, it's my favourite. Then I'm going in with the Penneys red lip liner, which is amazing by the way for the price. I'm lining my lips and filling them in with this, and then I'm going in with a matte liquid lipstick from the drugstore. This is a Bourjois one and it is in the shade Hot Pepper, and this is just beautiful. It's like a kind of orangey toned red, but on top of the lip liner is the most gorgeous combo classic red. And that is it for the look. A little tip: if you switch up the lid colour and use a different shadow or pigment as opposed to the one I used in this tutorial, the look will look quite different, and that is why this is my go-to look, because you can switch it up. So yeah. for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the look and I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to check out Tanya's video. It will be linked down below in the info bar. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it so that I know that you are liking my videos and my work. Subscribe if you want to see more of my channel, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!